Okay, so it looks like we are live. I'm going to just edit this real quick. Yep, there we go. Hey everyone, I'm just doing a quick live. I've been really just trying to get in the habit of doing this every single day. So yeah, at least 5 times a week, just some content that I could help a lot of you guys. So actually, let me just make sure that you guys can hear me first before I continue, because that was an issue last time. Just bear with me 1 second. Yeah, if you guys can hear me, just write it down in the comments. I'm actually just testing it out right now real quick. Yeah, if you guys can hear me. All right, so that looks like it's good. All right, perfect. So yeah, so what I'm going to be talking about today is distractions. So I actually did a kind of a talk on this. There was a mindset event about a week ago with a bunch of other entrepreneurs. And this is something that I know a lot of people struggle with, including myself. And it's something that I still continue to struggle with. But things that I've learned along the way, I just wanted to share. And hopefully, even if one of these things can help one of you, hopefully, you can implement this. I'm not just saying this in kind of theory. This is literally just steps that you can take today to just find more focus, cut out some distractions. And it's really, really easy to just implement. You can just do it right away, on your phones, on your laptop, and it's literally just going to change your entire life. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you, before I get into all these different tools, basically I want to break it down into 2 sections. So you have what's called offline and online. So basically this is 2 different areas that you can control. So offline, one of the biggest things is your environment. So who you surround yourself, where you surround yourself. And, I'm mostly talking about work here. So, and what this meant for me was finding basically what triggers me to get distracted in the first place. So in terms of the environment, a lot of co-working spaces, even beach clubs down here that has a lot of people, especially with tourist season. So it's really, really important that I find a place that's calm and that's quiet, kind of like I'm here right now, and just pretty much just eliminate those things that just cause me to lose my attention. So it's always important to find good co-working spaces. You can also, certain music or something that will actually keep you focused in terms of your senses, whether that's, your diet that you eat, things that you listen to. That's really important. So senses is important. And then also like who you surround yourself with, because if you're trying to build a business and you're surrounded by people who don't have really a similar vision and stuff, I'm not saying you got to cut them completely out, but just keep in mind that that is actually going to feed into your thoughts, whether you realize that or not. So that's always something good to keep in mind. And offline, there's always going to be things out of your control, like friends, family, events. But the more you do every day in terms of your habits, whether that's in the morning or your leisure time, that's going to directly translate into whether you have a job or you have a business like myself, which this video is mostly for, because it's even more important when you have that. But yeah, this is just some stuff that I've kind of recognized. And then online, which is mostly what I'm going to be talking about, is, whether you're on your phone, whether you're on your laptop, just all these different websites, all these different apps. There's so many different distractions, things that are going to be, notifications going off all the time. And, all these, your mind is just all over the place. So what I'm going to be showing you today is a bunch of tools that I use to control what's online, because, I'm always in front of a screen in terms of what I do for work. And it's, being able to control that's really going to make the difference between me just hitting the next level or just staying where I'm at and just kind of being in the stuck phase. So so first of all, before I go into these tools, the biggest thing that I recommend to everyone is turn off notifications. This is actually a must. So make sure you turn off notifications, because this is a trigger that causes you to lose attention. So instead of like a 2-minute thing, think of it more as, hey, this is actually going to take me 20 minutes to get refocused on whatever task that I'm doing. So really important, turn off notifications. It's 9 times out of 10, it's completely unnecessary, unless it's a very, very important app, or maybe your calendar, or like an alarm or something like that. And then also, a lot of phones, a lot of devices, they have certain things where you can actually turn off apps entirely for certain periods of time, and even just schedule out certain work blocks. So that's something I always recommend to people. There's one called freedom.to that I use. It's really, really good. And you can do that for your app or your mobile device, I should say, or your laptop or computer. Okay, so here are a couple of things. Let me see if I'm getting any comments in here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any. Sometimes it doesn't show up in the software. So if you are commenting, I'll definitely be responding to that after this. All right. So the next part is browser tools. So, if you have a computer, I always recommend Chrome. I think it's pretty fast. So I use what are called extensions. So it's just like a little piece of software basically that just installs. You can actually see some of these up here. So I have, this one's for Facebook Helper. This one's for my YouTube channel. And I have a bunch of other ones. This one I'm actually going to go over. This is to get rid of feed posts in my Facebook feed. So if I go to facebook.com, I have this on. It should be working right now. Yeah, so you'll notice I don't have any posts on here. And really, really simple, but it makes a huge, huge difference, especially when I have to be on Facebook all day for what it is that I do. So super important. And then there's also this other one that I use called Momentum. So basically when you open up a new tab, it looks like this. So I can actually make a to-do list, and you can actually write what your main focus is today. So, whether it's running errands, I don't know, just thinking of random ones. And then you can just add different ones and kind of have that as a checklist. And what it does is it actually removes all of the different websites, because I'm pretty sure by default, it just shows you all your websites. So you're more likely to just kind of click one before you actually get into your work. So it just kind of makes everything a lot more simple, streamlined. You don't have to worry about all these distractions right away as soon as you open up your browser. So that's something that helps. YouTube blocker, that's another one. There's a bunch of different ones that do this. This will actually make it so you don't get all these suggestions, and then also even block channels and different things. Some of these are meant more for kids if you're like a parent and you're trying to control your kids, but the same effect can be applied to yourself if you're trying to remove that if YouTube is a huge distraction for you. Kill newsfeed, that's the one that I just showed you guys, so I don't really have to go over that. Freedom.to, a really cool website. Let's see. Yeah, so this is actually something I recently discovered. So this is, it's a website. You can remove things on your Mac, your Windows, Android, iOS, or Chrome. So pretty much just set it up. For $2 a month, you can literally just set everything up, have it run on autopilot, block certain things at certain times of day. And I think it's totally worth it. Another one is Clockify. So I'm actually using this with some of my contractors, but you can actually use it for yourself. And what it does is it just tracks your own time and distractions. So if you're not sure, hey, what websites, what apps am I getting distracted on? You can install something like this to keep track of that. And then after maybe 7 to 10 days, you can pretty much just make moves and put action towards removing these entirely. And the other one is Brain.fm. Brain.fm is one of my favorite tools. So basically, this is all just sounds that you can use for different types of tasks. So whether you're meditating, focusing, sleeping, I can actually sign in right here and show you guys. But it sounds that I think it's kind of like scientifically shown that these help with different things. And I can tell you firsthand that I've used this and it helps me a lot. So I'm not really sure about the science behind it, but I do know that it works. At least for me, it does. So definitely worth a try. I think it's like $10 a month or something. But yeah, they have all these different ones that you can actually download to your phone or your laptop, whatever you want. And it's really helpful. All right, so the next one is binaural beats. Brain FM actually uses this, but these are different frequencies that'll kind of trick your brain into doing different types of tasks. So whether that's focus, meditation, relaxing, whatever that is, or even like studying. If you're in school, you need to study. It's kind of similar to the focus ones. But yeah, there's all these different ones. I use this one called, I think it's just called binaural beats. Here are the links. I'm actually going to be posting this afterwards. So if you guys want access to this, just let me know in the comments. I'll be posting this soon. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. Meditation, they do have it on this one, but if you want to kind of go a little bit more in depth, I have this one called Simple Habit. So it's on Android and iOS. So really, like, you can just set it to, it's completely free, by the way. You can set it to whatever time limit that you want. And then also what type of meditation you want. So they have certain ones for the morning, they have ones for the evening, or ones for certain kind of goals. So really cool app. I highly recommend using it. It's helped me a lot, and I'm sure it'll help a lot of you guys, especially if you have a lot going on and you just want to make sure you start the day right. Highly recommend. Trello's cool. Trello I've been using for actually a couple of years. So just to show you guys, so Trello is basically an organization tool. So again, this one's completely free. So I use it for, my different businesses, and then, I have it set up for other different projects that I've used in the past. But if you start a new Trello board, you just create a board. Oh, it looks like I have to delete one. I'm trying to find one that I'm not really using. Copy client management board. I think this was like an old one that I was using. Yeah, this was actually an old one that we used to use. Oh, actually, what I did with this is I actually automated my agency. So I had people that had discovery calls and then were different stages of the pipeline. What I've actually learned is to not do so many calls in the sales process. You want to just condense that. But this is back when I was just starting out. And yeah, so just different things. You can put in names, you can put in information, due dates, you can assign members. There's a whole list of different things. And if you're looking to take it to the next level, you can even automate a lot of this stuff, which is what I was doing. So really cool. But even if you're just making simple lists, even if it's for like going to the grocery store, or maybe you're packing for a travel trip or something, just a really cool tool to keep organized. They do have an app as well. So yeah, it's a great way to just keep everything centralized, everything organized. And I've been using it for a while, so I can highly recommend it. And then let's see what else. Trello, Zapier. Zapier is cool. So if you guys don't know what it is, basically it allows you to connect different apps and websites across the internet. So if I'm logging in right now, so very simply, like, let's say, actually Trello is one example. So let's say Trello, and then I want to make a Google Sheet. So let's say every time I make a new card in Trello, then with the effect, so it's basically like an action and an effect. So you have Trello, which is the action, new card is created, and then as a result, a new spreadsheet row is created, and then you can make it into what's called a Zap. So this is also completely free up to a certain extent. You can see I have certain limits on that, but yeah, really cool. You can automate a lot of things, even if you aren't a business owner and you have certain things in your life that you want to just make easier, whether that is work related or not. This is a great way to do it, and you can just save a ton of time, basically just make things a lot easier on yourself. And even if you do have to upgrade, I think it's totally worth it, because if it is at the end of the day saving you a lot of time, then time is very limited, and it's important. You want to be able to spend time on what's important. So yeah, highly recommend that. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you guys want this, just let me know. Hopefully this was helpful. There's a lot of different, so each of these things, I mean, there's a million different tools that do the same thing. These are just ones that I've personally used that, if you're not using and if you're looking to have that type of effect on your life and, eliminating distractions, definitely install it. And then also keep me updated. Like, let me know how it's going. If you like it, if you don't like it, I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts are. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or you want the list, just shoot me a DM or comment down below, and I'm more than happy to help you out. Thanks.